What's up, guys? Skip from Skip Rides. Don't let the Indian truck fool you. Came down here for some demo rides, and what I had was gone. They had the wrong time on their website. I mean, like, come on. I literally drove all the way down here to ride. He said they close at 6, so they're here for, he's like, oh, you can't ride, can't wait for the FTR to come back. And right now, for perspective, it's 4:58. He's like, demo rides are done. So that was a waste of my time. I guess they've been working all day, but how could he have a bad attitude working around motorcycles? It's hot. It's probably 80 degrees, but whatever. Won't be a total waste because grab some footage. Son of a bitch. Oh my gosh, so much better in the friggin' wind, dude. Let me tell you this, dude. It's hot. Let me tell you what else. 0% chance I'm waiting to this shit. Do not enter, do not enter. Listen, I'm finding an alternate way out, with or without their help. Looks like they're trying to avoid this. Oh, there it is. That's not an FTR, never mind. Yeah. Ooh, so much better. It's so hot. Oh man, I wish lane splitting was legal in most of the states. I feel like, what's the problem? I guess I could see a bunch of people hitting a bunch of cars. Whatever. At the same time, no, that's pretty much it. That's it. People would be hitting cars. Wait, is this good? That's probably better. Make sure that's tight. There we go. I just got a brand new LCD full touchscreen display for the bike. Just kidding, it's obviously the Bolt. Well, my phone, I'm so dumb. But yeah, this is a sick, I gotta do a review on these guys. No one really pays me to do anything, but I just believe in certain products, and let me tell you, Quad Lock ain't got shit on mouse. Let me just repeat that. Quad Lock ain't got shit on mouse. Quad Lock sucks. And I know it's a very, very hot take, but like, I feel like Quad Lock, for what it is, you know what I mean, for, you know, it does its job, right? But how can you take that to the next level? You know what I mean? And you may ask, how can I possibly take, you know, phone mounting to motorcycle to the next level? And let me tell you, they figured it out. So not only does Quad Lock charge you for the stabilization bullshit, okay, the case itself is not good. Even I was watching Yami Noob, and his video, he doesn't even, I don't think they do Quad Lock. They do like the other one, whatever the hell that is, because of the case. Listen, it's your phone. Let's say in some miraculous, you know, I guess miraculous, yeah, miraculous, or some sort of, you crash, your phone falls off, something like that happens, right? I guess if you get up standing, you're gonna have to call 911, right? And if your phone is all smashed up, how are you gonna fucking do that? I'm trying not to swear anymore. Apparently YouTube's algorithm doesn't like it. Whatever. But yeah, but like the mouse cases, guys, they drop them off of cell towers and stuff. Cell towers, I'm too afraid. Like, I'll do the video and I'll drop it, and I guess then I'll really be for or against mouse. I guess that'll determine the outcome of that video. But I got a mouse backpack on, which is sick. I got the mouse phone case and the mouse intralock. That's what this little apparatus is referred to as. And, you know, Quad Lock is good, but I don't like having a hole in the back. And I'll show you guys how this one mounts. Where am I going here? But it's not a hole. There's like 4 little holes. Okay. Nice. Let me tell you, I was on the highway with this thing earlier, dude. Not fun. Not fun at all. Here, make sure I'm all set here. My pockets are all zipped up, which they're not. Oh, I guess it's too late for that. Here we go. Yeah, no mirrors yet. That's kind of rough still. But no, Waze is pretty good. That's the app I'm using right now. And it took me, it helped me avoid the toll earlier, so that was kind of sick. I think it'll do the same thing here. Yeah, it will. Oh, I'm always looking for that 6th gear. Never find it. Whatever. But yeah, Mouse products are sick. And I'm pissed at Indian now. I really want an FTR because it's a V-twin and it's dope. But it's like Indian just keep this, like, seriously, I know for a fact if it was Harley and I showed up, they would have said, get him on a ride. Because they understand that customer satisfaction generates lifelong customers. And lifelong customers have higher payout than new customers. New customers all the time cost more money. And I think that's why Indian charges more, is because people just buy their Indian and that's it. But you want lifelong customers. I do like Harley, and I guess I like the younger, newer Harley people, and the guys who are just older dudes who just aren't dicks. But wow, that sucks. But Harley just doesn't make a bike that I love. I guess the Lowrider S is sweet, right? And I don't want to get canceled from any Harley guy who sees this, but I don't want to ride what everyone else is riding. You know what I mean? Like, I understand it's that was sick. That was a McLaren. I don't know if you guys saw that. But I need something a little more unique, and I kind of want something, like, I'm 22-ish, and I want more power. I think I'm ready, and I know, like, the Bolt has sufficient power. Yeah, the Bolt is sufficient in power, which, I mean, a lot of you are gonna say, what more do you need than that? Sufficient is sufficient. But something in my brain is saying, I want more. I want more than what I just grabbed. You know? Something about more. And I know eventually I'll grow out of that, because I've got more from my first bike to this, and then I tuned this up, and then this was more, and now it's sufficient. So is this still beginner's bike? No. I watched my buddy fucking get flung like a rag doll on this thing. So it's obviously a lot of power, but there's still more power out there. And that's, you know, that's not an insult. It's an indisputable fact. There's more power. And so right now I'm pushing 60. What even the hell is flapping back there? Something keeps hitting my under right shoulder, but I don't have any loose components. Whatever. But 60 horsepower, 60 foot-pounds of torque. I will say the torque is nice. I've been on a bunch of sport bikes, and I will say this, I mean, I race here and there, and this smokes a lot of things off the line. A lot. You know what I mean? But very quick, because you get there so quick, you know what I mean? Like 0 to 60's gotta be like, it's definitely under 5 seconds. And I think it's under 4.5, but I haven't really tested it fully, but it's quick. But then the issue is, after 60, oh, sorry guys. After 60, I gotta keep this thing open. It is so goddamn hot. After 60 mph, it's a steep drop off. And I'm not talking like, I mean, like, you're going 60, you'll get to 70 pretty quick. 70 to 80, now you've taken a significant reduction, a noticeable reduction in power. 80 to 90, definitely super reduction. 90 to 100, not happening. I mean, like, it happens, obviously, but it's very slow. Very slow from 90 to 100. And anything after 100, you're just wide open, just waiting to get there. if that makes any sense. Like, I don't want to wait to get where I want to go. I want to go the speed I want to go as fast as possible. No, I don't need to go 200, right? But I would like a motorcycle that can hit 100 with ease, and then maybe after 100 start to slow down, which would put me about at a bike that can get to 120 pretty quick, you know, and then anything over is when you're pushing it, which I think if you're on a motorcycle, and I think that's a good speed. You know what I mean? Obviously people are going to see this and be like, this guy is fucking out of his mind. What the fuck does it want me to do? Sorry, I swore again. Look at this. I don't even know what the hell I'm supposed to do with that. That's not my home. That's just a road to nowhere. Does it even know where I'm going? It's not looking like it. Oh, I definitely missed a turn, didn't I? Whatever. But the Indian FTR, back to that. It's a base. Indian claims 120 horsepower. He's not. Oh, shucks. I know where I'm at. And it's the wrong place. Just trying to help me avoid the tolls. Whatever. We'll just keep it going. But, yeah, 120 horsepower. I think it's like on an actual dyno, it's like 110 or something. I think the engine itself puts out 120, but when you put it on a motorcycle, which is where she's gonna live most of that time, it's like 110. So already you're looking at probably 50% more horsepower than this. It's approximately 40 pounds less. Here, let's just swing this around right quick. Nice. That's better. And I don't even know what torque Indian FTR has, but I know it has more than this, so it's over 60. I can't quite remember, but I rode one once and I wore an open face helmet because that's just what they had available. And does this thing, oh, I see where it's taking me. Okay. And it was too much wind in my face to really enjoy it and do a full review. You know what I mean? Like, my helmet that I have on right now is very nice. It's the quietest helmet you can get, or one of. At least my research led me to say that it's the quietest helmet. And it's extremely light. It's fully carbon fiber. Actually, you guys probably haven't even seen my helmet. HJC Arfa 70 carbon. It's fucking sweet. I gotta stop swearing so much. Anyways, but I need something a little faster, and I don't want to go full sport bike because sport bikes, they're sick. However, I want to be like a little comfortable, you know. And then if you're watching this, you're gonna hear my next step is naked bike. Naked bike has a nice flat riding position. It's a little more aggressive, a little bit, but I think that's fine. I don't do any crazy road trips. That's not to say I don't want to. I just don't have time. And the only time you need a super comfy motorcycle, I would say anything probably, if you're doing 100 miles on something like a sport bike, you're not gonna have that good of a time. If you're doing 100 miles on, naked bike, it can do that, 100%. I know it can do that because I get uncomfy on this. You know what I mean? And my buddy, like a lot of my buddies have all that kind of shit and they're able to do it, but I don't know. Naked bikes. So then I started looking at the Yamaha naked bikes because my buddy has an SV650, which I know is Suzuki, but obviously I can't copy him, and I'm a Yamaha guy. Yamaha's sick. Anyways, so I was looking at the MT-07. Then my buddy just bought an MT-07, and this was probably last year, Oh, hold on. Yeah, that was sick. Anyways, so MT-07, I was looking at those. I'm like, those are pretty sweet, like right on. But then I was still growing into this. I was like, you know what? The Bolt still has shitload of power. Just ride it out for as long as I can, And so I've really just been getting used to the power and trying to handle it. And if anyone has a bigger or faster bike than this and you're watching this video, you understand. Well, unless you just started on that, because then you have no clue. Eventually you outgrow the power and you just can handle all of it. And I feel like once you can handle all the power, then it's time to move up to the next thing. I don't think you always have to get rid of a bike, but I mean, full disclosure, guys, I was never going to keep the Bolt forever. You know what I mean? But I mean, I still might for a while. I mean, I'm talking like I'm selling it soon. I'm definitely not buying a motorcycle probably this year, unless August, September, October I'll be working. So I mean, it depends on what comes up. But if you know nothing comes up, I'll just save my money, and next riding season I'm definitely going to buy something a little faster. Now, does that mean I'll sell this? Maybe, maybe not, because I have been considering getting a sport bike. Still new into that, but it's just like so aggressive. You know what I mean? It's extremely aggressive. I just don't think I would like it. You know what I mean? Like, it would be fun to piss around town, right? That's kind of hard to argue with. It would be, imagine curling all up, just pissing around town. But I mean, besides that, and if you don't want to do it alone either, I don't know. I feel like adventure bikes, dirt bikes, dual sports, you can go rip those alone. You're in the woods. This is probably good because you're just kind of hanging out. It does rip if you need it to. I was hanging out with buddies. But like a sport bike, I guess it's fun to go tackle speed alone, but definitely more fun if you got a buddy with you, 100%. And I have a couple of buddies who would be around the area to ride fast sport bikes. But anyways, this is besides the fact. So I was looking into naked bikes, okay? Naked bikes, looking at all the MTs, like what has a lot more torque, because you want more torque than a sport bike, because I love the torque on this. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this is a bad bike. I like a lot of things about this motorcycle. And torque is one of those things that I refuse to lose, you know? You know, you lose styling, you lose maybe I guess styling, maybe this comfort a little bit. I'm assuming Indian FTR looks pretty good, neutral riding position, but you guys get what I'm saying. There's no backrest or anything like that. And so was looking into the MT-09. And MT-09's pretty sweet. It has a couple of things better than the Indian FTR. And because I was like, I don't think I need anything that big, but I mean, this is still a 950cc. I mean, I think sometimes I forget, like, this is still quite a large engine. Yeah, it's not a liter bike, but it kind of is. It's very close. Even a lot of the liter bikes don't even have 1,000 cc's. I know a lot of liter bikes that call themselves liter bikes, but it's like a 960. 960 is not 1,000. There's 40. There's 40 in the difference there. You know what I mean? So, but they probably went with 950 for this because I think it's 942. So I mean, even that, kind of being generous there. Anyways, so I'm looking at the MT-09. I'm looking at the MT-07. I was looking at the SV86, whatever the Suzuki naked one is, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, like they're cool. I like them. They're sweet. And then one day I found the Indian FTR, and I'm like, wow, never heard of this. It's a new bike. Came out with it 2019, and it's V-twin. It's pretty much like, I know they make SV650, which is LV twin. You know what I mean? 90 degree. And I know the Super Duke is, I'm pretty sure, it's a wider V-twin. And FTR was just dope. Super tall. I like the tall. You know what I mean? Oh shit. Yeah, I was supposed to take that. I'm not used to a GPS. Usually, hey buddy, I'm not even on that road. Do you think it'll realize? Guess we're just going. Yeah, but I've been really trying to sink my teeth into the FTR, so I, you know me, do huge amount of research, and I'm like, well, what do we think of Indian? And Indian's awesome. It's a cool company. It's American. I definitely want something American eventually. However, a big flaw with Indian, apparently, is their customer service. And that's the only flaw I found with Indian, the company. Now, many of you say, like, what does customer service have to do with motorcycles? It doesn't. But for me as a consumer, I want to fully support my product. Yamaha's sick. Any Yamaha person, they're sick. They're always cool. You know what I mean? And people in Yamaha, like, they don't have like that Harley, what is it? Whatever the word is. The Harley persona, where it's like, I'm better than you. And not every Harley guy has that, but that's the Harley name. The Harley name has, if it's not a Harley, it's not a bike. Like, I didn't make that up, that's what it is. That's what people say. And so, Yamaha doesn't have that. Yamaha's pretty sweet, man. Everyone just kind of hangs out. But Indian, you know, I want to fully support it. So if I'm like, yeah, I love the bike, love this, and whenever I go in, they're trying to escape me having a good time. Do I have like a flat or something? Because shit is bumpy. It's like a blah 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 blah. But yeah, that's where I'm at in my motorcycle process right now. I need something faster, and I just can't find the bike that I want. Because if I'm going to trade from the Bolt, which I do love, and it's iconic, this is my bike. Do you know what I mean? Like, whoa. Maybe that's why the speed's this. Woo. Sorry, buddy. I guess everyone else kind of understands. Well, I'm not from around here, whatever. Yeah, because I drove all the way out to go see the Indian bikes, and I didn't even get to ride any of them, which kind of sucks. But, you know, I love the Bolt. I love the sound. Like, I know a lot of people like power and styling and this and that. If you have a bike that sounds good, for me, dude, that makes it look better. I don't know. If it sounds sick, like at first I didn't think I loved the FTR. I was just aware of it. You know what I mean? It competes with a couple of the bikes. It's a little more expensive. You pay a premium, but it sounds dope. And that is just something that is indisputable. It sounds so sick. It's the sound of like this bike, because this is a 60-degree V-twin, right? The Harleys are 45, and they make their own sound because of, you know, the whatever push rods. And pretty sure these are like double overhead cams or something like that. And so like I find the Indian V-twins are very similar to the Yamaha Bolt in sound. Very refined, perfect. I guess Harley's not imperfect engineering, you know what I mean? But like just the idea of like this is more refined engineering. Harley's like what worked back then, and like that's cool. I'm not saying it's not cool, but I personally just like that refined sound, you know? And Indian had it. So FTR has the engine. They made it so dope. Comes with all the goodies, and I like goodies. One thing I will say, the Yamaha Bolt is pretty naked. Oh, I remember this. Is this person gonna let me go, or? Oh, probably not. Better safe than sorry. This is a red light, right? Oh, I was here earlier. Wow, this sucks. Damn, rush hour, huh? I never see rush hour. You're just gonna have to fucking yeet. Oh. Well, I didn't swear in the first 30 seconds. They say something about swearing in the first 30 seconds. I guess really not going anywhere. I should have just stayed on the friggin' highway. We'll get back on. But yeah, if anyone knows of any sick bike, because now I'm down a rabbit hole. I'm like, do I like sport bikes? Do I not like sport bikes? I know I want more power. And the thing is, the speed is something I care about. You know what I mean? Like, torque is cool. And I guess, like, the big-ass Harleys, like, they do go pretty quick. You know, 117, I'm sure it gets to 100 just fine. But I don't want it to be topping out that early. Just personally, I'm just not about that. But it's got lots of torque, which would be cool. So I'm looking at all sorts of sport bikes, and I was looking at the Triumph Daytona 675, because to get the torque, you need the bigger engines. So you're looking at like the R6, which is inline 4. You know what I mean? You're looking at all those inline 4 GX6R from Kawasaki, all the ones that have the inline 4s, not the 2-cylinder ones, because then what's the point of even switching? Sure, it goes faster, but it's like by the time you're going that fast, you would already have to have slowed down because it took so damn long to get there. And you know what I mean? I kind of want to go really fast, quickly, have sufficient brakes, slow down, eat the corner. And the Indian FTR just does that, you know? It speeds up lightning quick. Like, if I want to go 60 right now, that's the speed I will go. And that's something to say about that. And people might say, like, oh, that's dangerous, blah, blah. But if it's backed by giant front disc brakes and a rear disc brake with Olin suspension, so it's really designed to do it. I don't really see the danger there. And you know what I mean? Like, sure, 0 to 60, 0 to 70, 0 to 80 on a back road, like, that's a lot. Absolutely. It's backed by a bike that can do it. And it's not like I'm going 140. That's literally half. You know, I want to go like 70 really quick, which is a lot of torque and power balanced perfectly. That's what I'm looking. So the R6 would be kind of cool. The power band just hits so late, but I kind of want to get my hands on an R6 anyways, just because they discontinued them. And I feel like it'd be a cool relic to have, you know, inline 4 sport bike. I mean, and it's still Yamaha, you know, I'm about that. And my first bike was a Yamaha 1981 Yamaha XJ650 Maxim, and that had an inline 4 and it was sick. It was, I mean, it was a hunk of shit, but it was sick. And then I got this, the V-twin, and then you understand, like, damn, this thing got torque, and I like that. I like going fast quickly. I don't like to wait. I'm a very impatient person, but at the same time, I'm not a moron. So I don't really need anything that's gonna go 150. Or I guess 140's, like I said, max, I'd be happy going 120, just here and there. I don't really have to go faster than that. That's sick. So yeah, you have that. Oh, that sucks. But yeah, Indian FTR, the MT-09 does that, because I think it's inline 3, something weird like that, which is cool engine. I like the 3s. 3s like best of both worlds. But like, here's the catch. You have an MT-09, 3 cylinders, right, to kind of make up, like, it's not 2, right? It makes plenty of power, not as much as a 4-cylinder though. It's right in between. Got it. Or you could have cock-throbbing V-twin that revs out real high, pushes out more power than the MT-09, plus it's American. Do you see that? It's still a V-twin, and it's still fast. And I just like that. You get the torque, you get the speed. No, it's not the fastest bike, but I'm not like trying to impress any sport bike buddies. Oh, my blinker was on a long time. That's embarrassing. Whatever. Actually, I don't think it was. It kind of has a defect now, that if it just kind of like holds on, it's not even going. It's just off. But do you guys see my dilemma? See my dilemma? And I'm just stuck. And the thing is, I don't have $20,000 to drop on a brand new Lowrider S, which, you know, obviously that'd be a sweet bike, I think. But A, it's not very unique. And obviously you can customize it and make it unique. That's what I did to this, and that's what everyone does to their bikes. But it's like, what does he ride? Harley. You know what I mean? It's like, but like, what do I ride? A Bolt. But the one problem with the uniqueness of this motorcycle is it's always confused for a Harley, and then seconds later they confuse it for a Harley. Like, oh, so you ride a fake Harley. And it's like, it doesn't bother me that much. You know, it's obviously, it's better than the Sportster. You know what I mean? And looks better, has better everything, pretty much. And that's okay, it doesn't bother me that much, but I feel like it's unique for the wrong reason. An Indian FTR, that's just a unique bike. There's no other motorcycle like the FTR. Which now leads me to the second discussion, right? Because Indian FTR was definitely groundbreaking, right? We know this. And it's brand new. So it makes me think, are other companies currently working on something similar? Right? I feel like that's what I would do. You see an Indian FTR, and you know, there's a lot of things wrong with the FTR. A lot of people say that. But right now, Indian has a monopoly on whatever category of motorcycle that is. You know, it's like some people say it's a standard bike, which it is, but it's got a unique engine with a unique power band, unique styling, kind of. Like, it's special. And so, my thought is that other companies are just making other ones like it. Am I wrong to think that? So that's kind of where I'm at in the process. I'm like, well, maybe other people are making, you know, clones or their versions of it, which would be cool. And if Harley, seriously? Did you deadass really just try to go do that? I would have just fucking died. I will say, the brakes on the Yamaha Bolt are garbage. At least, I mean, a lot of people who, I mean, probably don't abuse it the same way I do. But when I'm going and I need to slow down quick, like this thing, I don't even know if it has double piston. It might. I think it's a single piston front, one rotor, and maybe two piston rear. No, it's a single everything. Single piston front, single piston rear, and one rotor. That's a little sketch. It's a little sketch. You know what I mean? You need some more. You need some more brakes on that thing. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas and thoughts on this, you just let me friggin' know. Because I gotta know what to get. I'm stuck. So I mean, that's why I'm just like content. I'm like, currently, like if there was a bike that I liked better than the Yamaha Bolt, I'd be sitting on it right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the Indian FTR is close, but why spend $10,000 when, I have this motorcycle and it's doing just fine. And it's like, that's what makes me think I don't need the FTR. It's because I don't love the FTR. And I don't know what to put the finger on, like what exactly is not perfect. But when I first found out the Yamaha Bolt exists, like within those 2 weeks, I went out and found one and bought one. Because I was like, that's it, that's the bike. That's the next bike I need. It's perfect, it does everything I need it to do, the styling, like it's sick. And that's what happened. But now I'm just like, is there really a bike that I want so bad? And I can't say that anything jumps out, but I know I want something else. Whatever. Oh, shade is nice. This thing does sound sweet. Probably shouldn't be doing that because I don't have mirrors. Can't even see what the hell's behind me. Not a cop. We're good. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting like little things, something kind of sharp. You know, might as well. But right now I'm kind of in between what I should do with this bike, because I mean this bike's still sick. No one who's not a motorcyclist would think it's slow. Like, I don't know, all my friends, they see the bike, you know what I mean, who aren't motorcyclists, they're like, wow, that's it. They don't know anything, they just know wow. And I mean, that's what I'm going for, the wow factor. But like, the wow factor for me has worn off. It's still a lot of fun, and I still love it. But I want more. More wow. I wish Yamaha would just make, because like the Striker and shit, pretty much just a big version of the Bolt, in my opinion. I wish they made like, like the Bolt 1500. I mean, that'd be sick. I'd own that in 1 second. Literally just keep everything the same, styling. Probably a little, everything would be a little bigger. But I'd rip the shit out of that. Imagine, that'd be a crazy bike. But I'm kind of disappointed because the Bolt has been made for like 10 years now. Actually 10 years this year. And they haven't really done anything. Every year I'm like, oh, what's the next one? Like, what are they gonna do to it? Like, because it's Yamaha, like they know what they're doing. And every year you just get the same bike. Like, they added ABS and they got rid of the C-Spec and the standard version. Okay, what now? All you do is change the color. Like, they still running this. You know what I mean? Like, at least give me, I mean, look, you still, it's the whole circle. You just have a square where the circle goes. I mean, how hard would it be to just make that a screen? I don't know, anything. And so it comes to like one of my complaints about this bike, and it's just like the aftermarket. The aftermarket is either a minimum of $300 for anything. You know what I mean? And there's not that much out there. There's still, now there, I mean, they're starting to become a lot. It's a 10-year-old bike. Like, I got these sick bars, which I'm happy about, and you know, it's got some recognition, at least in the, even since I've owned it. You know what I mean? Like, people's making stuff, so that is cool. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think it's the perfect bike. What is going on? It's all bumpy. Although, check this out, dude. I don't even have the wobble anymore, which is pretty sick. Yeah, so originally the wobble caused by the steering bearings. Then it was my tire. The front tire was causing it, which is something I had heard happened, and I guess it does happen. This bike's just prone to the wobble, obviously, but let me tell you, dude, air-cooled bike on a hot day. Oh, that's another thing they need to fix too. Like, you don't even have liquid coolant for this shit. Like, I think every Yamaha bike has liquid cooling, except for this one. Am I off base in saying that? And dirt bikes don't count. And even some of their dirt bikes have liquid cooling. And I understand they're trying to go for that, like, sick look, but they could pump out some power if this was liquid cool. I mean, come on. It's Yamaha, dude. Imagine if this thing just tweaked up a little bit, this thing would rip. Maybe it's not what they're going for. Maybe they're going for, you know, intermediate riders. You know, and that's what I would consider me. Well, I mean, now I think I'm moving into it advanced. I like to think I'm pretty decent at riding. Getting on here. You know, mechanics, and I'm pretty comfortable. Like, I'm basically leaning off the bike here all the way. You know, I'm comfortable. And it has sufficient speed, like I said. But there's people who want a little bit more. Alright. Let's see how fast we can get this shit going. Coming on, thank you. See, like, that was throttle wide open, dude. Wide open, man. And I got to like 70, which, I mean, 40 to 70 in like a couple of seconds. It's not bad. I don't think that's bad at all. However, it's not where I want to be. I want to be instantly at 70. Oh, that's sick. Fast lane. Yeah, this thing's windy. If I do keep it, I know like most people wouldn't spend more money, but if I have it for the time being, I want to enjoy it. And let me tell you, man, whoever gets this next is gonna get a sweet deal. All this shit I have done to this, for whatever the price they're gonna pay, probably under $3,000. It's gonna have Memphis shades, fairings, it's gonna have seat, tune, new bars, it's gonna have friggin' everything. And that's gonna be nice. I mean, I think this bike has 21,005 miles, but I mean, it is not showing signs of slowing down anytime soon. The oil still comes out clear when I change it. Which reminds me, I gotta change the oil. honest, that little fairing I had definitely, and I mean definitely, had some wind protection for as little as it was. That Hummer's got to be getting like 8 miles to the gallon. Wide body, I mean, come on. I feel like if I had a Hummer, I'd have to jack it up. I don't think a beginning rider would sort of cross 3 lanes of traffic going 65. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm ready for something a little more oomph. Plus, I've been riding dirt bikes, so I'm used to like mechanics of motorcycles falling and shit like that. Yeah, all of our buddies went for a ride here yesterday. It was sick. And I guess I'm undermining the bike. It is pretty quick. You know what I mean? Like, it's not slow. That's what I'll say. It's not slow. Whatever. But yeah, that's the long story. On a side note, some upgrades I want to do still. I might put the fairing back on, but I feel like it looks weird to have your fairing below your bars. You know, like, because the fairing that I would put on is now shorter. So the bars would stick above them, and I just feel like I don't see a lot of that. I guess I'll look it up. I just feel like that would look kind of weird. Just like a little bit. So I kind of want that Memphis shades. And if you guys are watching this, then you definitely watch Bolt Heads, 100%. And he's got the, told you exactly what it is. He has Memphis shades, like, it's sick. I love that club style look. I really do. I think it looks so sharp. It's a cool looking bike. So I would get that. I need a new seat desperately. This seat blows and I hate it. And maybe it's just me, whatever, but I need some more back support, A, and B, some more cushion. It's like riding on a friggin' piece of cardboard, or yeah, basically cardboard. I wouldn't even say it's a full board. It's like I'm sitting on the bike. It's just hard. Just sitting right on the frame. So I kind of want a Saddleman. I don't think I'm gonna spend $500 on a seat. If for something I'm not gonna keep forever, and it depends on, let's see how long I'm keeping it. I mean, like, the seat is like probably the last thing I'd change. I can deal with the seat. I couldn't deal with the handlebars. One of the uncomforts had to go, and it was handlebars. Those were a little uncomfy, just because they were in. I found that's the reason they were so uncomfortable, is because they were so far in. So new seat, probably Saddleman, just because they got that, you know, like the Saddleman step up, kind of looks nice. Whoa. What else would I do to this thing? It's got new tires and shit. Friggin'. Nah, that's pretty much it. That's what I would do. I'm almost done. Oh, and the license plate in the back. Get rid of like the ugly. I mean, I guess I could get a black brake light, but I kind of want an integrated license plate light because currently I don't have one. So get one of those license plate things that has a brake light, a license plate light, and blinkers, and a running light. So I think that would look really sharp on the back of this, and just get rid of the whole fender thing coming off. So I think that would look pretty nice. Yeah, that's what I would do. But again, it should cost money. I mean, I guess that's only like $100, so it's not bad. But then I gotta wire all that shit in, which again is not horrible, but it's not fun. you know. But yeah, whatever. Figure it out. Maybe I just never will. Because that's just purely cosmetic. You know, right now I guess I didn't really do a lot of cosmetic stuff. Right? What do we have that cosmetic? See, on my first vehicle, which was a car, I was just like into like trying to learn how to do vehicles. But I only did cosmetic. I think I upgraded like the air. I put a cold air intake on my first car, but she was naturally aspirated. So I mean, it was like, why bother? It did free up some horsepower, I will say. But I didn't tune it. Like, I didn't know anything about tunes back then. And now, after working on the bike, I was like, well, if you have a bike, like, already looks sick. Could look sicker. But to any average Joe, well, let's be real. I was an average Joe not more than 3 years ago. And I would see, like, bikes all looked exactly the same to me. There was Harley bikes and there was sport bikes. And that's all. That's the only thing I saw. If it looked sporty, it was a sport bike. If it looked Harley, it looked like a Harley. And that's just the way it is if you don't know bikes, and I feel like people on bikes forget that. So what really matters on a bike is the performance, man. Mods. You performance that shit right up. It's all right there. I love the ECU flash. I know you can get the Dyno Jet, power commanders. I know all that does now, and I don't know, ECU reflash. And this one, the guy who does this, Ivan, does like the fuel correction and does all the other stuff too. I think you just get a lot of bang for your buck. Like, no more rev limiter. I don't even know if you can do that on a, probably can on a power commander. But I mean, whatever. Thing rips. Got the air intake and got the exhaust. I probably wouldn't get a new exhaust for this bike just because I'm probably not going to keep it for that long. And this one's fine. It's the Baron slip-on. But I mean, hey, it sounds sick and it increased power. What more do you need? Like, really? No, I don't think it's... I mean, I do like the look of it personally better than like the ones that come up like a cone. For whatever, I just don't like those. I like this one. It's fat. I'm just gonna go around. But I mean, listen to that. Nice. It's just so, maybe it's the vibration. It feels like bump, 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 bump. It feels like one of the wheels is going up and down. Could be the vibration. I'll tell you this though, I've been riding for an hour. My ass hurts. Big time. Here. You really don't gotta know where I am, so. Not that I don't think you could figure it out, but the less you know, the better. Oh, dude, I went riding with these guys yesterday. It was so sick. They were doing like rolling burnouts, friggin' just regular. It was an R6 Sporty 1200 and the EXC 450. He was popping wheelies. R6 was doing just isolated burnouts, and Sporty 12 was doing rolling burnouts, and they were just, it was sick. However, because I have a new mic for this to record raw video, raw audio, where there's not me talking. It'll just be like, you know, Yamaha 650 raw audio, and I found it's one of those, what the hell are those? Whatever, it's one of the good ones, one of the good mics, and you just snap it up to this, but you have to change the setting on the GoPro to match the settings on that. And apparently the settings on that, when you plug on the mic I'm using now into the GoPro, while on the other setting on the GoPro, it doesn't pick up audio in this, which I was like, oh, it was such a bummer. It was sick footage. It was sick. It's all right. guess I just have to go again. Plain and simple, really. Yeah. And I'll have to get some raw audio. I have to find a road first. That's more than like 2 minutes. Like, I mean, even then, it would be pretty sick. But I need something that has like slow all the way down, speed all the way up. But the thing about this bike is I tried doing that, and I now realize after getting on like, you know, sportier bikes, that when you're barreling into a corner going like 80, your brakes and your suspension are your friends. You know what I mean? And if you don't have good brakes, goodbye, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to slow down quick. And the sportier bikes like the FTR can do that. This cannot. This is rough. So it makes it a little scary. I guess you just get a little bit more skill out of it. Whatever. I mean, we'll test it here. Or not. Usually I come barreling into this corner. I found out if you stand up off the bike, you can take this corner going like 50. This is steep. Yeah. Whoa. Just slowed down. I got a little nervous. But if you, I was like next, because you know, the force, whatever the hell it is, center of mass, if you pull it way in, you can piss around corners, dude. And I mean piss. You can piss around corners fast. Even on something like this, you just have to have, I feel like that would constitute a skill. You know, holding up your balance off of the motorcycle. Yeah, it does pretty much all that for you, going in a straight line, but I don't know. I have hit that corner going pretty fast. I think yesterday I went around it going 45. I was pumped. So, I mean, I guess, you know, Yamaha Bolt has, like, no lean angle. It's more than a Sportster. That's for sure. But, that's pretty much it. Hey, that's actually crazy. I saw that dude this morning. He's getting back. Oh, it's farmer's market day. Oh. Critical thinking.